It goes on 24 hours a day. The task force headquarters, which used to be a car dealership, is now filled with papers and charts and phones and computers and people. More than 80 of them altogether, half of them investigators. Until today, their work area was as much a mystery as the case they are trying to crack. Today, Commissioner Lee Brown admitted the hunger for information about the case has caused the task force some problems.
We've reached a point where a considerable amount of information that should not be made public is being made public.
But realizing it was not useful to keep the headquarters secret, he led a tour himself.
Each call that comes in, the officer has to fill out what we call a tip sheet. Every time the call comes in, a tip sheet's filled out with the information contained there, and also the officer has the responsibility of setting a priority.
Nearby charts show the number of calls received. Last week, more than 6,000, with about 100 referred for further investigation. Those follow-ups are done in a quieter part of the room, where officers are faced with composite drawings inspired by psychics. Some of them look eerily similar, and when asked about that, a top investigator told me to remember they were drawn by the same artist. All over the walls, charts and graphs recording every possible link, from phases of the moon when children disappear, to the weather, to distance between bodies. 2 people work here full-time charting the information.
Commissioner Brown says the task force uses the charts and graphs on the walls to correlate information. But he said, what we didn't want you to see, we didn't leave up.
He also would not comment on whether those charts had led to any conclusions.
As far as I'm concerned, there's only one person that's not suspect. That's Lee Brown.
As a result, staffers in another part of the office constantly type information into computers. Brown says they are thought of as the most sophisticated ever used in such an investigation. He would not say exactly what kind of facts were programmed in. And as one indication of the intensity of the mystery, investigators have this grim reminder of their progress, or lack of it. When this chart of the victims proved to be too small, artists had to put together a larger one.
Not in the task force building, but part of the investigation, Commissioner Brown announced today the Civil Defense Headquarters will now serve as a rumor control center.
The center was organized to quell the many rumors among citizens. People who call between 8 and 4:30 will have their questions answered, but not by a task force member or policeman. Civil defense staffers will be taking the calls. Brown says they have been given information about the cases, but nothing that hasn't been made public. I asked what a caller would be told if he asked about something the police were not sure of. Brown says the center will not necessarily serve to tell the public everything that's true, but to make sure people know what isn't true. The latest murder has spawned many rumors. Paul Miller has more.